himself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on, so Newhoff in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. He doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani not very far apart at all here, but I just want to see how Alistair Haig deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
Say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately or something. What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the loud pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order, but Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down it towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed Morton forward up ahead. He's got out of line. Is now Pike going to have a go at Werrell? Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such up. He's left on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
On to the back end of Phil Jocelyn, so there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot have fun. Yeah, and it's all about the entertainment. So I hope everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is enjoying himself watching. And Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there as they're really bunching up now.
Coming down, does he have it?
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such chopper. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's gonna do it! Big Barry! Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Ford GM Chrysler Bankruptcy Bailout 200 presented by Little Season. It is, of course, the BSC Season 9 Round 2 live from Michigan International Speedway, sponsored by the Killer Brownlee Company, with myself, James Parfitt, and I am glad to say and happy that he has got Spetter joined back in the booth by Mr. Kenton Sportak. Hope you are all well. Well, what can we say about Michigan? And as always, we've got the man with all the knowledge in the booth with me today. Good evening, Kenton. How are you, sir?
Much better than I was a couple last week there. So very, very glad to be back. I'm excited to watch this race. I know Daytona was very colorful with all the flag colors going off all race. So hopefully this one gets a little cleaner and we have a little more green running. But very excited to be back.
Yeah, definitely as well. We can have a look at the current championship standings. Christian Strado is leading the way after his victory last week, of course. Nick Vasquez in second, Noel Jakowitz third, Alex Witt fourth, Terry Spainauer, who I swear he could have took the victory last week. Andrew Jamalin in sixth, Anthony Radel on 34 in seventh, tied with Zachary Lewis, Rodney Roberts on 31, Dan DeShaw on 30, Dan Michael all the way down in 11th at the moment on 28, tied with Cody Kearns and Blake Lewis. Cody Sharp on 25, Hunter Carlson 24, Sawyer Gara 23, Rob Sizemore 22, and Daniel Jones is beyond that as well on 21. Then we've got Joshua Keefe, Devon Collicutt, Andrew Onquist, Ryan McLennan, Yogi Yashella, Brandon McLaughlin, Gregory Sherman, Chi Kuba, Joshua Kuhn, and then Steph Pegg. And then beyond from Steph Pegg, we've got Thomas Kuhn, Dominic Bettini, Derek Runge, Keenan Kimber, and then we've got the likes of Josh McGregor, Armour, Bruce O'Calvin, Ross and Jordan Malcolm, who are failing as of yet to score a point. Good evening, Billy. How are you? Hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining us again, cheering on your boy once more. Now, I just had a little message from Armour Brusso, who basically will be on race control again this week as well. But then we have got 31 cars on track here again, and that's a lot of cars for Michigan, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it'll definitely make it a very interesting day. The nice thing with this track is it, unlike Daytona, has much more space on track. I believe it's about 5 seams you can kind of see. So for those who don't know, the black lines going across the track there, those are what are referred to as seams. They kind of sort of are like lanes. Not really, they kind of add more grip as you're trying to move up and down the track, but you can at least fit more cars in that space than the very, very thin 2 lanes of Daytona. So hopefully anything that does occur isn't so disastrous or taking out too many people all at once, as they'll be able to have a little bit more maneuverability to get around any crashes or accidents. So a little different, but yeah, there'll be a lot of cars, and there could definitely play into the possibility of a lot of carnage.
Yeah, we definitely, after last week where we had tied with 12 cautions with Dover last season, and that was just at Daytona. Now, nobody could really work out why Daytona had the highest caution count, right? It was a nice wide track, there was space, there was ability to move around, and yet still saw 12 cautions.
Yeah, I mean, Daytona, it's the speed. For Daytona, more times than not, because you're never really lifting or if you're in a draft and you have to lift a little bit, you're only taking off about 15, maybe 20% of throttle. So you're still pretty flat out the entirety of the way. The big difference between that and what we'll be seeing kind of here at Michigan is you're lifting a lot more. It is for every corner, and you're getting on the throttle depending on the corner. If you're coming out of turn 2, it's a little bit later. You're not quite on the throttle as much because you're going into much less banking on the back straight there, going from 18 degrees in the corner to 5 along the back straight. Whereas on the front straight, you're able to get on the throttle a little bit earlier because it is going to a 12-degree banking from 18, so it's a little easier to make that transition. But because you are lifting to pretty much the whole throttle, like, you might try and keep it a little bit if you're trying to really push, but for the most part it is a very lift and coast for the entrance of most of the turn 1 and turn 3 before you start getting on the throttle somewhere in between turn 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4.
Awesome. Mr. Spainhouse Senior, sir, welcome in. Let's go, TJ. Let's get a win tonight. Yes, please. That will make me incredibly happy. I think, as well as probably most of you do know, but don't forget, guys, tonight is sponsored by the Killer Brownie Company. Much love to them for sponsoring this absolutely epic league. You can go and check them out down on the link below and get yourself some absolute killer brownies at www.killerbrownie.com. So there you go. I don't get them in the UK. Do you get them in Canada, Kenton?
Actually don't know. I actually was just thinking about that. I don't know if I've ever had killer brownies or even seen them where I'm at. But now it's got me in search mode, so if there's a way, I will find it.
You carry on doing that as I can hear you clicking frantically in the background there. We've got 33 cars on track. Let's go, Calvin, and let's go, America, says Harley. Oh, good blimey. Welcome in, Harley. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a wonderful time over there in the US, of course, here as well. And yes, I am English if this is your first time here. And yes, I do commentate on NASCAR, just to let you know. So you're not in a dream, you're not in any illusion. We've got an Englishman doing NASCAR. What more can you ask for? Well,
An Englishman and a Canadian doing NASCAR.
oh, well, there you go. An Englishman and a Canadian. Not even, shh. Not supposed to tell anybody that. Let's go, Dan Murphys. Let's go, Australia, says Seth Peck. Oh, dear. It's all going to be going off now. We are going to be entering qualifying briefly as well, guys. Don't forget, it is very short. And here this evening, so this will set the grid for the race. And I think it's going to be a wonderful race. Hopefully, we won't have 12 cautions. Sawyer Gara, go Pepto, says Sawyer, back in his favoured livery, of course. You got
Mine
Pepto.
too.
Yep, yours as well.
I was going to say, I saw the Pepto car and I was like, oh, it's back.
It is back at the hands of Sawyer Gara. So I know you do love the good old Pepto car as well. We got a lot of new drivers, a lot of old drivers. Now, there was talk that obviously when you bring so many drivers together, you know, we've got 33 here tonight. You know, I think we had, I think it was 35, if I'm not mistaken, last week. You know, you're always going to bring that mix of getting used to each other, aren't you? I think that's the thing here as well. They, you know, getting used to the drivers, their style, the way they are, and it's always going to be tough. And I think, you know, it come out and they said last week that, look, guys, you know, thanks so much for coming out, but we really need to tidy this up. Like, you know, they said that it needed to be a little bit cleaner. Do we think Michigan's going to give these drivers the opportunity to be cleaner here? Because you've got a nice wide circuit, you know, it's lovely and wide. They've got lots of space to be able to move around and jiggle up and down and do all the other things that we've seen constantly here as well. Do we think we're expecting this to be a cleaner race? Because they've all had their instructions. They've all been told, you know, look, you know, we can't go around with 12 cautions per race. We've got to tidy this up a bit. What do we think here, Kenton? Can this give them the opportunity to tidy up the racing?
Yeah, the wider track surface, drivable track surface, I guess, will help with that immediately. Like you're given more spaces to sort of maneuver around in case of a crash, or if case someone gets a little loose, bumps a wall, things like that. You're allowed to be get past them a little easier. The other thing that'll play a massive factor into it will strictly just be you're not as draft heavy as Daytona was. You know, Daytona, you get out of the draft or you adjust to try and get around someone who's bumped a wall, things like that, and you get left out on your own or without a car around you. Well, now you're losing time and you're just going to drop back. So you have to be much more aggressive to get around those kind of cars and make those moves. Whereas with Michigan, yes, draft is always going to help you, but it's not as reliant. You can still drive this track very quickly without having to be packed up in 3-4 cars at once. So that in itself will allow a little easier time driving safer. You're not, it's not so reliant on micro adjustments the whole time. And if you try and make too much of an adjustment, well, now you're hitting 2, 3, 4, 5 other cars. So I think that'll allow a little safer drive. That's the hope, at least. More green flag obviously makes for much more entertainment than watching them slowly parade around for a while. No one wants to watch that.
No.
So I think, I think this will be a much cleaner, a little smoother overall day all the way around.
Let's hope as well. Welcome in COD 5669 Pepto. But yeah, that is at the hands of Soyagara, the Pepto car. Lydia's in as well. Goes Spain Hour, and then Harley's come back with Calvin drinks like a fish, Ross. Well, I'm sure he probably does. Sawyer's gone and put that Pepto car in 5th place, to be honest. And we have no fewer than 33 cars on track here. Gonna battle it out at Michigan. Well, what more can we ask for? Especially when this is the 4GM Prize Lap Bankruptcy Bailout presented by Little Caesars. Don't forget, we are at Nashville next week, and we do have the Hot Chicken 125 sponsored by JPB for next week's Nashville as well. They have come up with some wonderful names this season, I'm not going to lie. Got quite a few.
I'm excited for them. I think it'll be a fun way to kind of talk about each race as we go.
Yeah, I do agree. And we do have a list of all the names, mind you, of what each race is going to be called. Well, yeah, I won't spoil the surprise because there's some interesting ones, shall we say. But I think Nashville, this one is going to be interesting, save the least. We have come to the end of qualifying. We will be able to show you the grid very, very shortly. Ready to go once more here, and let's bring you up the grid now. Alex Witt is in pole with Derek Runge in second, Calvin Rostad, Xander Short fourth, Dominic Bettini fifth, Cody Kern sixth, Sawyer Garda seventh, Blake Lewis eighth, Hunter Carlson ninth, Dan Michael 10th, Zach Lewis 11th, and then Devon Collicott is in 12th. And then behind that we have Brandon McLaughlin, Chi Kuba, Andrew Jamalin, Keith Fallon, Rodney Roberts, Andrew Onquist, Christian Strada, Cody Sharp, Nick Vasquez, Davey Knoll, Anthony Radel, and then TJ Spainauer down there as well in 24th. Ted Pegg 25th, Noel Jackowitz 26th, Ryan McLennan 27th, Rob Sizemore 28th, Joshua Kuhn in 29th, Keenan Kimber 30th, Greg Sherman 31st, Daniel Jones 32nd, and Yogi Shigella in 33rd place. 33 cars on track, and then they all are lined up ready to get out onto the grid. Well, what do we think, Kenton? What's going to happen here at Michigan?
Oh man, it's going to be hard to say. It's the beauty of NASCAR. One small collision, shall we call it, one small incident can change the entirety of the race very, very fast, as we saw last week in Daytona there. I gotta say, after last year, I have a hard time betting against Alex Witt, but we've seen strange things happen. So I think it'll be a fun time and a lot of heart in the throat kind of moments, but for the most part, we'll get through fairly unscathed.
Yeah, Harley Center says we want to hear the name of the Dover race. Okay. The Dover, of course, which is later on in the calendar. I think it's near towards the end of the calendar. is one of the playoffs in round 15. This will be the only one you're getting out of me in your Harley Centre. It is called the Bend Over 400. There you go. Two new cars coming out on to the grid. There they all are as well. What expensive parking lot. Ready to go for the Michigan International 100, sponsored by the Killer Brand Company. Very much in love to them as well. And so they're nice and close there. Nice and close. Look, Mama, on TV. There we go. Get them lined up out of the grid. We go ready once more. Get underway here. Definitely going to be an exciting one. It's that time of the evening where we say get your drinks, grab your popcorn, sit back, chill out and relax, because it's going to be exciting. 100 laps of Michigan International here with the BSC, led off of course by Mr. Alex Witt, Derek Runge, Calvin Ross, Xander Short, Dominic Bettini and Cody Kern, Sawyer Gara, Hunter Carlson in the top 10 with Dan Michael back there as well. But it is all about the Bojangles. Alex Witt, we're going to be setting, the pace car is going to be in and we are going to be up and running. There goes the pace car. Here comes the cars. Into the Geico restart zone we go. And it is Alex Witt is going to get him underway. Green. Here. Cars running off here. Once more for the opening start. It's jostling and bustling there further back as well. Xander Short on the back of Derek Runge. And there's a few that have dropped down position quite quickly here as well. Zach Lewis is moving up through the grid. Dominic Bettini is dropping down too, unfortunately, here as well. But to be fair, not a bad start at all, Kenton.
No, a very clean start. A lot of guys got away very, very nicely there. I'd say a couple people sort of fell victim to the Daytona style of racing and dropped right down to the line going through turns 1 and 2. With Michigan, if you start getting down that low, you start losing a lot of speed. It scrubs it very quickly. You kind of want to stay a little higher than where the 38 car is now, right about over that first sort of seam, coming through the first 2 corners, especially because you're going into such a flat banked back straight. You want to kind of stay up a little higher. It'll help you maintain a little more of your speed, things like that. So you can see how the 84 car isn't going all the way down and managing to kind of hold on to a lead and build up a little bit coming out of each corner there. And that's largely why it's kind of one of those tracks. You should be able to go to the line, but for some reason it just kind of scrubs your speed coming out of there. So
we're not seeing much organisation. There isn't one line. There isn't 2 lines. They're kind of spread out. They're even 3 wide there as well, with G. Kuba on the inside of the 91. That was Devon Collicott. Collicott is now 3 wide here as well, with Andrew Almquist, Cody Sharp. They're swapping backwards and forwards. Is this going to be able to work? Can they make this work? Is that where we're reliant on the fact that the track, as you said, is 5 seams deep here? They can more than happily take that amount of room. But are they not making it hard for themselves? Going to have the first one, lap 4.
I think that might make it a little harder for themselves, just not holding the line there. But yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to want to try and stick as best you can with a group. If you're able to work together, it's never going to hurt you to have a draft partner or whatever it is through every lap. If you get strung out, it's not as detrimental against you as it would be in Daytona. But you do want to definitely stick as close together as you can and try and utilize some of that, even if it's just from a fuel saving standpoint.
Yeah, so why aren't they? That's my question. If they know they can, why are they not?
First couple of laps, looks like, I think that was Sharp there as the 15 car got into Devin Devin a little bit of the 91. It looks like he just kind of clipped the back quarter panel. I'm not sure if it was because Devin came down or because Cody went up. It's hard to see there.
All right, well, let's try and slow this down where we can have a look. Get back just a little bit further. Right. Sharp's in the middle, the 15. And then we got 91 on the outside. It looks like he gets squeezed in the middle, doesn't he? And then it kind of
it looks
goes. I'm not really sure.
It kind of looks like he went to go move down and then saw the 17 car there of, I believe, well, I'm trying to see the car names. All the numbers just shifted on me. I couldn't see who it was. I think that's Almquist there. I think,
yeah,
I believe. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah, it looked like he saw Almquist last second and tried to correct and unfortunately overcorrected a little bit and right into the side of Devin there.
Yeah, definitely not the greatest of starts. Lap 4 underway here as well. I want a quick chat. I'm going to bring one Mr. Armand Brusso in to the booth. Armand, we lasted 4 laps for the first caution here, but surely we're not going to set another record, are we?
I really hope not.
Okay.
I for my sanity, I hope not. I think things were looking good. I think that caution was just 2 guys meeting in the middle somewhere. I hope that's not what we're going to see all night.
Well, I'd like to point out I was actually 3 meeting in the middle. Cody Sharp was there with Devin Collicott and Keith Fallon come together. So, yeah, 3 car involved in that. What do we think? They've all been given their little friendly warning announcement this week, obviously after what we saw at 12 in Dover. Do we... You know, we say they're going to be able to keep it clean, right? We've literally 4 laps in at the moment. You know, we've got a track that's 5 seams deep. They've got the room here. What are we expecting, Armin? What are you expecting from these guys? As you know, the league owner, admin, what are you expecting from these guys to be able to make it through?
Well, I always expect our first couple races of the season to not be the cleanest. This happened to us last year too. We do have a slightly larger field than we're used to, but it's kind of like this always happens because you got like 10 new guys, and so everybody's got to learn how to race around each other. Okay, this person's the aggressive person, so maybe I should be careful around this person. Just it takes people a little bit of time to remember how everybody drives. And to learn how some of the new people drive, and the new people are going to have to learn how all the old people drive. So it's definitely a learning curve for everybody. I'm hoping after maybe the 5th week that everybody will have calmed down and things will get a lot cleaner, like we did last season. Like after Charlotte last year, everything kind of went nice and calm, and we went to averaging like 1 caution race. So we can do it. People need to be patient and realize that you can't win the race on lap 4, but you can lose your race on lap 4. I know that's the cliche iRacing thing to say, but that is how it is. You just got to be patient.
Yeah, what's the situation with Derek Runge and his internet at the moment? Because he is blinking quite frequently here on track. Will Derek be given a little bit of a conversation to say, you know, you're blinking a lot here? Can we deal with the situation?
I've been mostly focusing on the back, but I have heard that he is lagging a little bit, so I will message him and let him know that he has been lagging, and if it continues, we'll have to park it.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Well, Armin, thank you so much for joining us. Maybe we'll catch up with you a bit later on. We are just about to get going once more here this evening.
Thank you. Enjoy the show, guys.
Take care. Well, there we go. We are up and away. Derek Runge is going to be in the Geico restart zone. We are off and running. He is out in front, holding the back as well. And I really think, Kevin, the only way to really go here is run that kind of middle to high line, but keep it in a line. I can't see this swapping backwards and forwards benefiting anybody. I'm really struggling. They're strewn out like a jigsaw puzzle on the table once I've opened the box up, to be honest. And I can't see anyone really making that progress that we saw at places like Daytona, where they were able to line it and keep it in one line and they all move forward faster. It just seems here they're all over the place. Just seem very fractious at the moment.
Yeah, and the issue with this track compared to Daytona in regards to that is, as we get a little close up ahead here, because of how wide out it is and how the corners are, it's about 500 or half a mile shorter than Daytona. You don't get as much of a run coming out of corners, and because you have to lift a lot more. It's a lot harder to do it. But the downside to this track is it's really hard to pass on the inside. So in reality, if you're trying to take a defensive line and you're really trying to prevent something like this where a guy's going past you, you actually want to be in that higher lane and try and force them to go underneath you, because you're scrubbing a lot of speed the further down you have to go at this sort of track. And so sticking, you can see where the 14 car is now, like that would be about as low as you want to go if you're trying to play sort of defense here. And you want to try and stick in about the third high-ish seam, just to be able to prevent people from being able to kind of go above you super easily and try and force them underneath. Because you can see the 12 car having a little bit of trouble now trying to stay with the 14 car as he is down by the line there, and the 14 car is much higher up, and it's just you're able to hold much more speed going around the corner when you are getting through at a higher line, utilizing the banking more basically.
Yeah, well, that's what we hope to see here as well. We are on lap 11. Thank you for that as well. Drop shot, the cars are loud, can't hear y'all talking, so I've reduced the cars and I've upped me and Kenton, and hopefully you can hear us all nice and clearly here this evening, and hopefully we are bringing you loud and clear once more so you can hear us. What more would you not want to hear the sultry tones of me and Kenton Sportak here on a Tuesday evening or a Wednesday morning, depending on where you are, of course, here as well. But we're a lot cleaner. We're going 12, which is better than where we was at last time. We've already done 3 times the amount of laps we did before the first caution, which is great to see, considering obviously where Dover we were going now, and you know I think we probably had 1, maybe 2 cautions at this point as well. But there's gaps appearing. You can see the back end of the tail end of this field is starting to drop off, and they're starting to drop back, and you know they're losing time. It's so tough at a circuit like this, but you mentioned it at the beginning about the fact that whether or not, just as I speak, just as I speak, where is that? Oh, is that Soyagara? And the 81, Brandon McLaughlin. Sawyer's coming down, Brandon's going up, they're going to meet.
No?
Nope. Okay.
I did see something. Someone made contact somewhere.
Okay, if you can tell me where that would be the big lock up there. The 28 is full on smoking at the moment. Okay, any ideas?
Not really seeing anyone who dropped off too hard here.
Keith Fallon was involved in the first one. Cody Sharp. Devon Collicott was also involved. Ah, there we go. That's Noel Jackowitz. Where are you, Noel? Where is Noel? Oh, my man. There it is. All right, hold on. Let's find it now and see what happens here. Jackowitz gets out of shape, gets hit by the 21.
Yeah. Gets himself turned around, makes contact with the 750 there.
Jackowitz and Radel having a coming together. Fortunately for them, on lap 13. So that unfortunately spells the dropping of Jackowitz is there as well. So there we go. Second caution up. Ready. Only so many cars have been in. Practically the most of the field went in that last time there, Kenton, as well. Everybody from Sharp, Rund, Vasquez, Gara, Bettini, McLaughlin, Lewis, Carson, Strada, Cuba, Almquist, TJ, McLennan, Sizemore, pretty much most of the field, apart from Witt, Ross, Michael Kern, Jamalin, and Joshua Kuhn didn't go in.
Yeah, I mean, would have been a little early. I mean, this track is still can eat your front right pretty good if you're trying to push. So I don't know if I would have on the first one. If anything, it would have been this one. But at the rate we're going, you might have another one by about lap 30. They have 4 total tires. They leave 3 extras and the set you start with. So you'd be looking, if you break it up perfectly, about every 25 laps. So yeah, I mean, maybe come in this one and try and push those, but you might have to do some tire saving, as it does look like Derek Runge has come in to get himself some new boots and some fuel.
Yes, very much so. Hopefully that will work out. Fuel is about 25 to 30 laps here, guys. 3 green, white checkers, stage break at lap 40. And that will allow the drivers to go in again there, Kenton. I think, you know, what have we got? We got 100 laps. They've got 4 sets, right? So they've started on 1 and then they've got 3 more to change. To be fair, you would say every 25, but we've seen some wonderful things happen on track with fuel saving with Jordan Malcolm and tyre saving with others. And you know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of different things that can happen here during the race.
Yeah, I find with NASCAR, compared to a lot of road racing or just oval racing in general, the strategy you go in with is probably not the one you're going to end up with more times than not, just because safety cars can play such a huge factor, and you lose so much more time. If you look at, I know for most people who follow kind of road racing, the typical one is F1 race. If you go in an F1 race for a pit stop, it's 21 to 22 seconds. Mm-hmm. Here, it's about 30, and if you're getting fuel and everything, and in that time, they've done almost a lap and a half on you. So
yeah, here we go. We are underway once more on lap 16. After the second caution of the evening, Alex Witt leads us away with Dan Michael, which seems to be the main protagonist that we've come to expect, are back up once more here on the front pack and ready to go. We're going to see the cars come rushing through now. There's Dan Michael out in front, and that is that fractured look. That's exactly what I was talking about. They're kind of all over the place. They're a lot more uniform now than they were earlier on, but they're still quite broken up, I want to say. You know, they're up, they're high, they're low, they're middle, they're bottom. They're not really in a uniformed variation of what we would expect from these guys, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to come down to what they're trying to get out of the race. So, like, if you're Alex Witt, you can see him taking that little bit of a higher line. Same with Calvin Ross there as he goes past Dan Michael. But you know, if you're higher up, you're saving tires a little bit more. You're able to put little less stress on that front right and rear right, and allow yourself to kind of try and get those tires to last you a little bit longer. Yes, you have 4 total sets, and you could break that down perfectly, but you also have to put in, okay, say, you know, 20 laps out from the finish, there's a yellow flag, as we have another one. It looks like, who is that dropping?
Brian McLennan? No, it's there.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
The 81 and the 83 coming together. And that's Brandon McLaughlin and the 83 of Joshua Kuhn, who goes into the pits not under his own steam, I feel. Let's try and pick up on Brandon McLaughlin and see if we can see what happens here as well. Third caution on lap 18. There we go, but it is McLaughlin here involved in this one, Kenton. At the moment, everything looks clean, but I've got a funny feeling it doesn't become clean in a very quick, short period of time as they are coming around that corner now. Are we leaking cautions again? Are we on this caution breeds caution kind of scenario? How, in their own mentality, can the drivers settle this down a little bit?
It's all going to come down to just taking a breath and realizing we're lap. What are we lap on
18.
now? Is
Well, it was 18.
So we're on lap late 18. Oh, it looks like unfortunately Kuhn kind of just got squeezed between Chikuba and McLaughlin. Really was just along for the ride at that point. There wasn't really a whole lot he could have done. Yes, very quick pit stop there. But it kind of comes across as everyone's trying to do a lot right now instead of you trying to make a move now isn't gonna win you the race in 80 laps right now. Take a breather. If you don't make the pass on that corner, you've got multiple other corners to go. Like, all you got to do is just take that minute and take that second kind of thing and assess, make sure it's actually going to be a safe pass. You're not, taking anybody out, but it's just take that second. You've got many of them. There's 80 laps to go. You're not winning the race now. Like Armin Brusso said, you can't win it on lap 1, but you sure can lose it. And it's true.
It definitely is there as well. I want to see if we can have a quick word with Mr. Calvin Ross, your current leader. Mr. Ross, can you hear me?
I can. How are you guys?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Leading the race?
I totally by design. This is my plan. What I meant to do when I started out today.
Did you? Okay, so is there a more of an in-depth plan to find out the fact that we're on 3 cautions on lap 18?
I feel like a strategy where you can save as much fuel as you can and plenty of cautions we'll have is going to benefit us today.
Okay, and are we going out for the win, Mr. Ross?
I mean, if you're not trying to win, are you really trying to race?
I would answer that question, but I've seen a lot of people argue with me otherwise. So I tend not to answer that question. But yes, I do fully agree with you. You're in the race to win.
I'm glad we're on the same page, James.
Thank you very much, young sir. It's always a pleasure when we're meeting on the same page of the book. Not going to lie. What's the plan for the restart? Because have we actually seen you up front before this season? Not this season, last season?
Not this season. A couple times last season, once or twice from first. The plan is to not cause a caution, so that's all we got. I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer than that.
Right, that's fine. I'm going to drop you down. Pace car's coming in this lap. Have a good one, bud.
All right, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care. All right, well, there you go. That was Calvin Ross. There doesn't really have a plan, just not to cause a caution. So there we go. I'll ask him next time, Harley. Yeah, it seems like a good plan. But here they are, all going to be bunching up here, ready to go. We didn't really get a lot of time on that one. We found the replay as well. So I'll ask him next time, Harley, for you. Pace car is coming down. Going to drop in. Calvin Ross is now officially your leader. He's already gone. He bolted early into the go restart zone. We go. We're back underway. Lap 21 there as well. Ross has done an absolutely stellar move to try and get that move out front. And he did it, Calvin. He went a little bit earlier. He kept him guessing. And now he's out in front by about 0.3 of a second at the moment.
Yeah, and you can see that's closing up a little bit. And that's going to be just one of those things. The 65 car of Gemelin he's really pushing. And the 38 short's going to go with him here as he cuts underneath a little bit as well. And, I mean, smart move by Ross, as odd as it sounds, although not hitting the wall is probably a little bit of a smarter move. Of course, you just had to make me look bad with that one right away, as that does not go well. But more my point was going to be staying high, save those tires, try and save a little bit of fuel. Pushing heavy now. There's 17 laps till we hit the stage break here. If we're able to go green the entire time, which, knock on wood, we are. But, you know, you're not wanting to burn these tires, and I don't believe, if I remember correctly, I don't think Calvin Ross has come in yet to pit. No, he has not. So, trying to save those tires just a little bit. while everyone's going
that's
to come onto
wide.
new tires.
Sorry,
That's
Carlton. Sorry,
two,
two banks
three
of
wide,
crack.
too deep. It's always
Oh, Gara's moving around. He's all over the place currently at the moment. Sawyer Gara battling up with Dominic Bettini here as well. And let's have a look and see what Gara's seeing currently at the moment. Well, he is not seeing a lot, but there he is in the middle of the three wides in front. We were three wide too deep. We've got a car on our inside as well. It's just started dropping back. We've now settled back out again. On the outside is the Penguin Club, which was effectively Blake Lewis. We've now got Dominic Bettini on the inside here as well as we head round turn 3, coming out of 4 at this moment in time. And now, just for good health, we've got Hunter Carlson pushing behind us as well. But they're still not lined. I don't quite get it. And maybe I'm just being, I don't know, English or European, but they're normally, why are we not lining up? Surely that's the fastest way, right?
It typically would be, but it's also, you got to trust the drivers around you. And like we have said, there's a lot of new drivers here. And it does make it hard because you're not really sure how someone's going to react to a sudden slow up and things like that. And it takes some comfortability with the drivers around you to kind of be willing to dive right in. Yeah,
did you see that?
Gets a little spicy there, and that's what I mean. I mean, like, you have to go up high, you have to hold your lines and stuff like that. So you really have to trust the person's going to be able to hold their line, and if they make a move, it's definitive enough that you're not also going to make a move at the same time into them. So it does get a little sketchier. I mean, Daytona as your first race of the year, and having as many incidents as we did, and having 12 cautions might not have worked out super great for making sure people were a little confident in the drivers around them. So we'll have to see how this sort of plays out as we continue.
Yeah, well, let's hope that we all get to settle down there as well. That was Nick Vasquez taking the nose of Anthony Rader, with Blake Lewis running up, trying to run him up the inside here as well. Sawyer Gara further back with Dominic Bettini in that pack cars there as well. You can see them 2, 4, 6 in your picture running at the moment. And the interesting thing is Cody Sharp, who was caught up in the very first caution back on lap. Whoa! Wow. That is a lot of cars.
Yeah, it looked to be about 3 or 4 cars that kind of got themselves spun around, twisted up, and not pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, Andrew Almquist looks like was the first one. Oh, who is the 48?
That's Rodney Roberts. It looks like he makes contact with Gara there, which sends Gara up and into the side of Almquist, and that sends him around. And then the unfortunate, once again, that 750 car seeming to have a rough day. He keeps getting caught up in stuff that has nothing to do with him, and he just has nowhere to go. He's able to kind of power through it a little bit, but yeah, unfortunately, that'll do a little bit of damage to a couple of guys there. As Gara is going to be in the pits there now, and he's going to have to get some repairs done.
Yeah, that was just absolutely crazy. Gara, Almquist, Hunter Carlson also involved in that one. That wasn't good. I've got to be honest. That, I think from Robertson's point of view there, he's got to be sitting back and saying, all right, I need to write an apology here, because that was just sloppy. He comes off and then he just tries to go and force the gap that was always going to end up like that. That's surely, isn't that just, look, back off and let them come away with it? You're not, to say, you're on, where are we now? We're like literally lap 27. We've got another caution out already. We're 4 deep. We're going to be stage braking at this point as well, because we're not going to come out and run and then stop again. It got to settle down. That was just, that kind of was just like me putting too much milk on me Weetabix. It was just sloppy.
Sorry, your Weetabix?
Weetabix.
Weetabix? I have no idea what that is, but sounds great.
Google them. Google them. They're like biscuit. They're like, I don't know what you have over in Canada. So Google Weetabix. Weetabix. So,
Weetabix.
yeah, while you're off Googling Weetabix, I'll just carry on ranting about the fact that how sloppy that move was.
Oh, okay, I got it. sounds good. All right, but yeah, no, he definitely, it looked like he almost got a little. Never heard of that. I was very curious. Apparently, I can get it here. Who knew? But it looked like he got a little sketched out when because he kind of came off the corner. I believe that was of turn 2. There was the gap between Almquist and Gara there. And it looked like he went to try and make that move before that move happened. He went to try and make it, saw Gara coming up, went back outside, and then I think he kind of got himself a little skittish of the wall. So right there's a gap.
There is no.
But then he sees Gara coming. There was before this moment here. There was a little bit of gap, and then I think he gets too close to the wall, panics a bit, and overcorrects himself, and then causes the incident there. Right before coming off the corner, there was a little bit of a gap. Not a great one. I'm not saying there's a gap he should have taken. Right there, there's enough space to fit a car. There's enough space you could have fit a car easily.
Got the run to make it. Do you want to borrow my spectacles?
That's why he backs off. But then he backed off of it, and he did see it. He saw it, and then I think he gets a little too close to the wall and kind of overcorrects himself, trying to avoid the wall, and unfortunately makes contact with Gara at that point. Right. So I think that's more so what happened. I don't think it was like, car, let's drive into it. What? I think it just overcorrected himself and caused that one.
Right, help me out in YouTube there. I'm with a man in the booth who also thinks the Grand Canyon is just a little crack in the earth. So there we go. That was...
You could fit a car in the Grand Canyon, too.
Of course you can, but that's a bigger gap than what he was aiming for.
I didn't say it was a great gap. I was just saying there is a gap.
Well, I'm sorry. If that's the gap, then gee whiz, Batman. He must be having proper spectacles on. I know, Sawyer. I'm sorry. Come back into the race. Stop bailing out on me. Get back out here. Come on. You can do it. Be a man. Suck it up. You got your fast repair. Please don't tell me you've used it already. There we go. Right. Here we go. Back underway. On lap 30. There isn't going to be another caution now on lap 30. That is it. We are up underway. The stage break has been done. And here we go once more into the Geico restart zone again. And we got Xander Short on the front, up and running. Christian Starler, Nick Vasquez, Blake Lewis, all up underway. Here again now. We have dropped a few drivers as well. We've lost Sawyer Gara, Andrew Almquist, Zach Lewis and Keenan Kimber, who did not unfortunately start the race. But Xander Short, he got an absolute flyer there, Ken. Oh. Caution number 5. Cody Sharp getting into the 28. Well, coming down on Yogi Shishela there. And unfortunately, 5 cautions in, lap 30. We didn't even get across the start-finish line. Comes up across the track and into the 59 of Seth Pegg. And Peggles there just got, well, look at that damage there. He's just literally lost my logo. Can you go back and pick it up, please? And if you're really lucky, I'll sign it for you as well. All right, Kenton, was there a gap there?
I mean, there was. He just unfortunately closed the gap into the side of a car. There was a gap. There, unfortunately, did not stay a gap.
No.
No, that's, unfortunately, I think we've kind of hit the point where...
We're breeding them out, aren't we? We're knocking them out faster than rabbits having puppies or whatever they call them. I don't know what they call them. But this is just...
Rabbits having puppies.
Oh,
okay.
I don't. What are baby rabbits called then?
Bunnies?
Bunnies. All right, okay. I don't know. Right, I've had a request anyway. I'm going on a hunt now. Where are you, Mr. Jamalan? Oh, there he is. Right, let's bring Mr. Andrew in to the booth. Good evening to you, Andrew. How are you, bud?
I'm great. How are you guys?
I'm doing very well. I've had a request from Katie Van. Next caution, can you interview Jamalan? So, hello. How's your race going? We seem to be breeding, don't we? We're breeding yellows.
Absolutely. Cautions are just continuously breeding cautions, but I pit on the last one, had to get gas, had a fun battle for first with Xander there. before that yellow, but it's been a decent one when it's green so far. So.
Okay, what's the plan for you out of all of this? Are you just trying to avoid everything around you at the moment?
Oh, yeah.
There you go then. Let's ask you, you're driving, there's a question for you. You're seeing caution now, we're 5 cautions deep, we're on lap 30. Are you sitting back worrying about making moves on people? Are you sitting back worrying running about that outside line before somebody comes underneath you? Or does it give you that sort of fear mentality that just want to try and make a pass, but you're also worried about the car in front who's going to come down or go up or unnecessarily block you?
Oh, absolutely not. I just want to go for the moves, but obviously I want to do them clean and nice. I don't really worry about it as long as I get it done. If I get wrecked, that happens, then it happens. I'm just gonna have to work my way back up again.
Are we going to get that time, do you think? Because we've had cautions. Where are you sitting right about now on your tyre and fuel strategy? Because surely you must have come in with some form of strategy before we started.
I can definitely make it to the end of the stage on lap 40 for sure. Hoping to catch a few people that can't make it, or hopefully I can catch a few people on the outside using that outside momentum.
All right, okay, bud. Well, thank you so much for joining us there as well. Jessica Flores Jamalin has put, yo, Jamalin in YouTube chat. So if you want to shout her out quick before we put you back in with the other drivers.
Yep, that is my mother. Shout out to her. Shout out to Katie also. That is my girlfriend. So.
Woo. Oh, hi, Jess. Welcome in Andrew's mum and Katie, Andrew's girlfriend. Andrew, have a good race, bud. We'll catch up with you later.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Take care. Well, there you go, Katie. Just for you, we have brought Andrew into the booth for an interview. As he said, he's just got to go for it. If he gets wrecked, he gets wrecked. He's got to work his way back up, right? Which I do love that mentality. But as we've taken it on board from the likes of Cody Sharp, Sawyer Gara, Andrew Arnquist, Zach Lewis, who are in the pits, and Seth Pegg, who is... Where are you, Seth? Oh, you're still running. Good, lad. Seth's still running there, Sawyer, as well. You know, we're 5 deep drop already on drivers, and yet we're 5 cautions deep on lap 34. The age break was supposed to be at 40, not 30, so I got that wrong, Kenton. Are they worried here, do we think? Let's get this underway, and then we'll carry on this discussion after this as well to see how they get on. But once more, into the Geico restart zone we go with Xander Short, Nick Vasquez, Strada, Blake Lewis up and running, and off we go once more. Instantly there's a move on the outside there as well, and hopefully they've managed to keep that one clean all the way down the outside line. TJ's just staying out of trouble at the moment. That is car number 23. That's Cody Kern. He popped out early there, Kenton, and got in his way. Are they now worried about making moves? Are you got to be sitting back fearing what's going to be happening to you if you start getting involved with people? Because this is never a good situation. 3 deep, sorry.
4 deep if you really want. There was a couple cars backed out on that one very quickly. If I'm right now, it's survival mode. With the way everything has been playing out, I mean, we're on 5 cautions and we haven't even hit halfway yet. I'd be sitting here like, okay, ignore everything and just focus on trying to avoid crashes, because the way it's going, you're going to pass more people that are now dealing with that or causing those or being involved in those than you're going to deal with actually trying to pass people right now. Just let people make their own mistakes, as it looks like somebody just dropped down the order. There it is. I saw the numbers suddenly start skipping down real fast as the names were transitioning, and that's the thing. Just got to avoid the collisions and pray that you can keep yourself out of trouble now, because this has become more I don't want to say a war of nutrition, or war of nutrition, but it basically has. It's now just who can keep it most out of trouble. Woohoo! Wit somehow keeping it out. That 750 car can't buy a break right now. I think that's the 3rd time they've unfortunately been involved with somebody. That's David Nall.
There was contact with a 14 there.
It looks like it, yeah. It's hard to see right beforehand.
I'm trying to go back as far as I can before I grab Anthony Radar again. No, I'm not far enough now. Yeah, there was.
Yeah, there's contact. They kind of bounce off each other. Somehow, I think that was Witt that manages to get through And then, unfortunately for David, that's, I think, the 4th or 5th time he's made contact with a crash that's happened right in front of him and had nowhere to go about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find who the 14. Is it 14?
That's
41.
That was 14. I think that's Benetti. Dominic Benetti.
Yes. It was Radel and Bettini.
Bettini, sorry.
That's okay. No worries. I've got you
There's
back.
no N there.
No,
You're
there
reading
isn't.
things.
You know what I mean? That's it at the moment. It's the battle of survival with Radel and Bettini coming together. And then, unfortunately, the Mr. Null is still going, mind you, even though he's been caught up in a lot more incidents than what we expected he should have been at this time of the evening. This is now going to be the stage break because it's going to be Xander Short will take the stage victory. And we're 6 caution deep and we're only 40 laps in. So this is quite scary at the moment, I'm not going to lie.
I'm not a fan of that. People need to take a deep breath. Everyone's trying to push real early here, and it's, you know, I get it. You want to make sure you're in good positions and things like that, but there's so many laps to go here. It's
scary.
You've got lots of time, and
it is scary, isn't it? Because me and you can both sit up here and we can both say things and see things that other people can't either see or just are not aware. I don't really know where this mentality's come from. Because, yes, don't get me wrong, we've got a lot of new drivers. They've got a lot of old drivers. They've got racing drivers from other coming in and joining. But this is just absolutely crazy. I want to chat with one Mr. TJ. TJ, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
How's it going?
I thought I was doing good, and then oh my gosh, and then I had a sort of an incident coming out of the pits, and now it's dropping me to the longest line here.
All right, what's the plan here, TJ, now? Because we're leaking, we've had more cautions than my bunny rabbits had puppies at the moment. What's going on? What you got to do to get forward in this one?
Just survive, avoid the accidents, because I don't know, we can't avoid going 5-6 wide on these restarts. I mean, Highline is where most people should probably be, and then it's just everyone wants to be all over the track.
We have noticed there's not a distinguished line going between the cars at the moment. They're all over the place at the moment, aren't they, really? You know, we're more fractured than a jigsaw puzzle that I've chucked on my table. So, you know, at the moment, we've got to keep it clean, TJ. People are ranting for you in YouTube chat as well. We're just coming around turn 3. Look, bud, I'll catch up with you a bit later on because the lights are out, and we'll see if we can have a chat with you later.
All right, I'll see you.
See you later, mate. Take care.
You too.
Well, there we go. Sums it up, doesn't it? Keep out of trouble, stay at the back, and hopefully make it through the wrecks. To be honest, I wouldn't want to be at the back. I would not want to be at the back. I've got to be honest. I would want to be as far up as I could possibly get that car and as far forward as we could possibly go. But once again, on lap 39, after Xander Short took the stage win, we are up and running once more. Brandon McLaughlin, Hunter Carson, Xander Short, Calvin Ross is now back up into the position where he was previous before the caution before. But again, Kenton, we're looking already at 2 and 3, and this ain't going to go well for that E4. I can always sit back and almost see Derek Runge causing chaos. We're 3 wide and we haven't even gone anywhere. That's Alex Witt.
I don't think we're going to get a yellow, though. I think it's not.
No,
we
are.
Yeah, and Witt's front left is... Oh, there's a car facing the wrong way.
That's Dan Michael.
I'm not sure he caused that crash. It looked like it was Witt caught Radel's... I think it was Witt
on the 27.
Radel.
Yeah.
That caused it, and Daniel Michael just has nowhere to go in that situation. But I'm not sure if it was because Witt went up or Radel went down.
Well, let's have another look. Oh, I can't quite go back. I'm going to do something I don't really like doing. Well, here we go. I don't like doing it that way, but sometimes it's easier to try and find where we're at. So where do we think?
This looks like it might have been Radel coming back down on him a little bit, and it's hard to say. It's kind of a 50-50 there. It looks like Radel's trying to go up, but then doesn't really, and Alex thinking he's going to go up more, starts to go up more, and just unfortunately makes contact instead. So it might be, I think it's more on Witt on that one. I think that one's more him just because he was the car trying to pass underneath. But
not ideal.
Yeah. No, not the way you want it to go.
What's that, Alex?
Also, I will
that
point
wasn't.
this out.
Blake Lewis.
Oh, Blake Lewis. Oh, I thought that was
Club,
Anthony Radel.
No, in the Club Penguin. I was trying to think of who I didn't think it was Radel. Radel was caught up in the earlier one.
Yes. Sorry, it's 20. Oh, that's a 27, not a 21. It looked like a 21. That's what threw me.
That's okay. I'll forgive you. You are forgiven.
Okay.
Okay. No. There he goes. I know, Harley. I know. Mr. Spinner, just keep your head, TJ. Keep surviving. Well, that's all he's trying to do at the moment here, and he's managed to do a stellar job currently at the moment. He's down in 20th, but as you say, the way he's going here, he don't really have to finish the race to gain any points. This is just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, we can only say it so many times, but there's no need to be trying to go 3 wide.
No.
This early or at this point.
No.
Unless you have a straight clean, you're going ripping by him. He's not, going to be able to fight back. Take the extra laps and try and make a move up later on. I will say for the record, because in case you don't like the race, you at least learned something today. A young rabbit is called a kit. K-I-T. A kit.
Thank you. So we've had more cautions on my rabbits had kits.
There we go.
That makes no sense. I think I prefer puppies.
That's fair. I actually looked it up. That they're called a kit.
Did you actually?
If multiple, oh, of course I did. And then if there's multiples of them, they are kittens.
See?
So puppies isn't far off.
I know.
You're close.
And I'm not a cat lover, so I'm a dog lover. So why can't they have puppies? I don't like it.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, dearie me. Right, well, if nothing else, guys, we're keeping you entertained up here in the booth. We're giving you educational processes at the same time. And you've just learned now, if you have if your rabbit has a baby, it's called a kit. And if she has multiple, that's kittens. Which is ironic, considering a cat has kittens.
Yeah.
Sounds a little bit weird.
I agree. I looked at that and I was like, that feels wrong. But
yes,
okay.
Yes. A bunny rabbit, they're having kittens. Strange, but there we go. Google never lies, guys. Google never lies, apparently. But, we're up and running once more, hopefully very, very shortly. 43, 7 cautions in. We only need 5 more to tie with the record of Dover and Daytona over the last 2 seasons. And, yeah. Not a good idea going on currently at the moment.
Yeah, everyone needs to just take a break, take a breath, relax it. We've got lots of racing to make up positions. Don't need to force positions now.
Okay. Come on. Let's get some running. But let's do it sensibly. Starters up once more. Barney, the official, waving frantically. And Brandon McLaughlin is going to lead us away with Xander Short, Hunter Carlson, Calvin Ross. Your top 4 currently at the moment. And once more, we are already doing this fractured. I need to hunt for a place and be in first at the end of the first stage. It's... I'm not getting it. I can't. I tell you what, you lot are going to give me blood pressure problems. I swear to God, after watching this. Look, 3 wide. There he goes.
There we go.
There we go.
That's
right. I'm giving up. That's it. I quit. Tidy up, otherwise it's all going off. Pull in the plug. And that was
at this
Vasquez.
point. Are we trying to beat the record? Because it feels like we're trying to beat the record.
I'm not even sure. I don't even know. I'm just seeing dramatic. Oh, that's Calvin Ross. Where are you going? Hold on.
I think he got tapped earlier, and that's what kind of
Was that
started this whole
Vasquez
thing.
that kicked it off then? I think it was, I'm sorry, Nick. I think you may have started this process. Into Noel Jakowitz. No, Ross was loose on his own.
Ross just lost himself.
Yeah, Ross lost himself. Vasquez went up into Bettini. And 8 cautions deep. 8 caution. And we're only on lap 44. 4 more, and we're trying with a record here. So, what is the record? Well, we think it's 12. We believe it's 12 with Dover. I think there may have been... Yeah, Dover had 12. The actual record here is, did some research. Season 7 at Martinsville had 18, but that is Martinsville. Let's be real about it. Calvin Ross there with Vasquez, 8th caution out. Ross and Vasquez. Yeah. You know what? I reckon if they carry on doing this, I'll be able to get through everyone to have a chat. I won't have to do interviews at the end. I'd have spoken to all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who do you want to have a chat with now? I tell you what, let's have a look and chat.
Calvin Ross came in for defense here. He got bumped, unsettled the car, and he couldn't save it.
Okay, well, I've brought in Noel into the booth. Noel, how are you?
Yeah, could be better, I think.
Yeah, little incident with Nick Vasquez on that one?
Yeah, a little bit. I think he tried to make a little bit of room there in line. Its track position's really important. So I think just trying to make room and trying to race.
Are we trying to race, though, on lap 40 when we've still got 60 more to go, or am I missing the point of it here? Because we seem to be breeding, and I'm just not getting it. No, maybe I'm because I'm not really primarily a racing driver, obviously, but we've got 60 laps plus to go here, mate.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. Usually because my forte around usually saving tires, and all the cautions are realistically they're killing me too. I'm just trying to hold track position best I can and just not fall back too far. Just trying to save tires and have it there when they matter and everyone's burned them up. But we're not getting the laps we need to get there is the problem.
Yeah, we're just looking back at the incident. It looked like there was initial contact with you and Nick, and then you got loose, and then went into Nick again, and then Nick went into Calvin, and then it all got a little bit scrappy after that as well. But I'm a bit lost on where this is going to end up going here. I'm hoping we don't hit 12 at Daytona, right? We've got the room. We shouldn't be able to hit that many, should we?
Yeah, definitely not. Especially not here. This should easily be one of the cleaner tracks. So, we're definitely got a lot more people, but we got a lot to clean up. The second half of the season last season was pretty good. I think we had six races with under 1 or 2 cautions. So try and get back to that for sure.
Yeah, that would be ideal, because if we're hitting 8 and 9 at Michigan, what we're going to be doing further on in the season at Bristol and places like that. So, but there we go. Right now,
no fun for us. No fun for you. I know.
Mate, they YouTube get to listen to me waffle for 5 minutes while we talk about yellow flags.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean.
Yeah.
Right, bud.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
I'll drop you back in as well. No, take care, bud. Which room was you in, mate?
You can just drop me off wherever. It's fine.
All right, cool.
I'll get it on the next pit. Appreciate it.
Cheers. I can't remember which room we come out of. No, we come out of We Are Hiding. I'm sure we come out of there. I got so distracted then. Right, here we go again now. And once more. We're going to be going again for the 8th time. Here. Into the restart zone we go once more. Xander Short this time will be leading us off, with Brandon McLaughlin and Derek Runge behind him there as well. And Andrew Jamalin also surviving. That's literally all they are able to do at the moment here, Kenton, is survive. Look at that. Okay, go Kenton, say something, because this is driving me crazy.
It's I have no clue. I mean, everyone's really pushing, and I get it. If you don't push for the gap, you're no longer racing at that point. But you kind of gotta take a minute and take a second, kind of relax. And we haven't hit halfway yet. I mean,
That's what
you can see it looks like Noel almost gets caught up with the 48 there of Roberts. That almost ended with a little bit of a collision, but they were able to avoid that. And Ross is making contact with the wall up above him, and it's just that's.
Is that to Constantine?
I don't have
on
the
that?
14 there. Yeah, that's going to cause everyone to kind of back themselves up a little bit.
This is the bit I don't get. I saw you had a run, and I picked up on you because at the moment there, Nick, I thought you were going to come torpedoing through. But Kenton, this is the thing. You're just doing things. Yes, you want to be at the top. We all do. That's great. So look at me, Dad. I'm on TV. But if you ain't going to get to the top without hitting people and causing cautions, you ain't going to get there at all. And David Nile is just, unfortunately, he's been the worst one out of it. He's been caught up in incidents that he didn't even cause, this poor young man. I'm surprised he's even out there. How many fast repairs has he got compared to everybody else? You know what I mean? He's been torpedoing people.
Really good pit crew. They got real good hammers down to his pit crew.
Yeah, I bet. Look, Radal's trying to squeeze through in the middle behind him. I think I'm astonished and slightly lost for words because we get so used to being able to run green for long periods of time. When we look at it in basically 2 races, we've had 20 cautions already. 20. I think that's probably one of the more than basically the last 3 quarters of the season last season.
Fairly close to it, yeah. Yeah, we were running, I think, didn't we at Bristol? Didn't we have, I don't think we had a single caution outside of the stage break. I think, and that's Bristol. That's notorious for cautions, as we have caution number 9. Trying to see what happened.
David Nile again. Poor little rascal. Did he cause this one, though? No, Nick Vasquez. And that...
Was it Nick, or was that Daniel Jones? Because it looked like Jones came up.
Jones came up.
From that clip, it's hard to say.
There was another crash after this as well. No, so... All right, he came up. Don't get me wrong, right? I can see... But it isn't the coming up that's the problem. David Nile again. He's on the brakes. He gets punted by Radal. Then into the 27. And look at his car now. Well, he's just magically got his bonnet back, to be fair. Dan Michael ended up somewhere in this as well. And I'm not quite sure how he got caught up in all of this. I think Dan was just on the brakes going, no. But this is just... I want to try and see how he ended up down there. So I'm going to have to do this again. I'm sorry, guys. But I want to see how the 97 ended up there. I don't like doing things this week, but... Now?
Looks like he kind of comes across the front of
his wheels
Nick,
are turning
he's
right.
Cleared.
Yeah, his wheels are turning right. He's sliding already.
Oh, he lost control coming out of the corner and then tried to save it and saved it right into the side of Nick. So yeah, that one's not on Nick. That's Daniel Jones lost his car on that, and that started the whole thing. And I feel like we've got to give David Null a
shout out,
like an award or something.
I don't know.
This is I think the most amount of times we've seen a vehicle and a single driver be hit and yet have absolutely nothing to do with the collisions. Like there's times you make a mistake, you cause an accident, sure, and then you get at least. I don't think any of the cautions that he has been involved in, not one of them has been like he's caused. He just unfortunately has either nowhere to go or gets completely taken out on the side. Like he has had nothing to do with this, and it's actually kind of incredible.
Yeah,
I think he deserves his own award. He should get like a bonus point or something on the day. Just cause. Just cause.
Just because he is the most innocent driver. No more talking up these yellows, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know. We haven't got anything else to talk about. Right, did I see a message about raccoons earlier on? Yes, Mr. Spadehour Senior. A raccoon has kittens as well, does he?
Yeah, I actually checked.
Oh, okay.
I looked into it and I found a bunch more too. Badgers, ferrets, foxes, muskrats, rabbits, skunks, squirrels, weasels, woodchucks all have kits or kittens.
So what do cats
Who
have?
knew?
What?
Cats have kittens. Right? Like it's the way they name the kid. I have no idea. I found that was really interesting.
Right, so all of them have kittens. The cat has kittens, but yeah, a dog, we call it puppies. Oh dear, what has the world come into? Why would ever try and explain people there, and see how they get on with that one? Just to let you know as well, because we've got over there, we've got their things, and we've got them over there. So enjoy that one. I do love the English language at times, but it makes no sense whatsoever at certain points in it. And I worked in a school. Imagine the poor kids learning off me, and I didn't even get it. So there we go.
Goats have kids. Yes, goats do have kids.
No.
Kids, not kittens. Kids with a D.
Goats have kids. A group of cats is called a clouder. I love the fact that we're not even watching the racing now. We're discussing animals' babies. Is it got this bad, YouTube chat? Is that how bad we got at the moment?
My favorite forever is going to be a flock of ravens is called a murder.
Oh.
A group of ravens it's a murder of ravens. Or murder of crows? One of those two. I can't remember if it's crows or ravens now.
I don't know. Quick, you've got time. Google it.
I'm looking. I'm on it.
I can guarantee you probably are in the background.
Crows. A murder of crows. That's what it is.
I'll tell you what, crows are murder in general, to be fair. But then again, they're not as bad as pigeons. Pigeons are just want to, oh my God, hit them over the head with a stick. Blinking things. Poop everywhere.
Yep.
They're rather annoying. Right. These car lights are out, guys. I can't guarantee for how long here. We are 9 cautions deep. And, yeah. Right. Once more into the breach, my dear, says somebody when he's going into battle. But here we go. Derek Runge is going to lead us away once more, and we are off and running already. We are 3 and 4, 3 deep further back. And once again, we are spread out. And once again, we are trying to make a position that is never going to be there. Andrew Jamalin staying down on the inside, 65 there as well as we go running past the back marker. I would look at pit strategies for people, but I have no idea where people are right about this moment in time because everybody has been strewn across the track at one point or another, caught up in incidents that haven't necessarily been their fault. Poor old Davey Knoll not only used one fast repair, I think the poor kid had about 5 or 6 at one point, because he's literally back out. He's now in the pits again, poor Davey. I'm sorry, Dave. I've got to apologise. It's not even my fault. But once more, we are up and running here as well, and we have successfully monitored and mastered 1 lap of green racing live from Michigan. Sorry, I had to hype it up.
Hey, got to be happy about one thing. Also, the Unto the Breach We Go is actually Shakespeare.
Oh, okay. There we go. Thanks. Any particular play?
King Henry, I believe, in Henry the Fourth, I think it was. It was a poem, not so much a play of his.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, mate.
Weird things that you know.
See, look at this. This is more of an educational broadcast, to be fair. But I don't like the fact that Noel Jackowitz, Blake Lewis, and Chi Kuba are going 3 wide on the back straight there. Noel slots in behind him once more. There's also a Bettini. He's going to send it 3 wide with Calvin Ross on the outside. Anthony Radel in the inside. Chi goes and tags the wall there as well. Coming on to this back straight once more. Are we going to be able to manage this through? Are we going to see Calvin Ross? Is there going to be an incident? He's getting squeezed. He's getting squeezed harder than me squeezing a sponge. Right about now, against the wall he goes, and that currently at the moment is Ryan McLennan in the 18 in front of him, and he's trying to slot through on the inside here as well, and it's all getting rather tight here, Kenton, once more. And well, I don't really know what else to say apart from Xander Short and Derek Runge are still out in front currently at the moment here as well. So we've managed, well, we're on lap 59 now. So
We're getting there. We're getting some clean laps in. So a little bit of green. That's not too bad. Like Terry says, baby steps, James.
Yeah, no, I've just seen it. It's so bad when everybody in YouTube's joining in with the fun as well. Hope you're all having a good time at home here. Once more. Oh, Rodney Roberts, get away. Back up, my dear. Back up. You don't need to be there. That's Cody Kern in front. And if you're going to try and make a gap, don't. I do get worried, because when they're driving like this and they're all over the track, it scares me. I have fear in my eyes, and I just don't. Not good, my dear.
No, it's a little worrisome when they start going 3 wide, and
yes,
it's not what you see either or want to see either.
I don't mind seeing it, right? Because we've been in situations where we've gone 3 wide on a road circuit, like I was tonight for an MX-5, but I don't like seeing it when we end up 3 wide, and next thing you know, we end up on caution number 10. That's never good, and I think these guys need to really sort of sit back and. What I would do? If I was Armand, I'd be like, right, everybody in voice chat, we're going to watch the broadcast, and you're going to see what everybody else at home had to see. Because they can't be proud. You know what I mean? And for a series that prides itself on its green racing that we have had, to all of a sudden have, 21 cautions over 2 races. There's going to be some, I bet Armand's saying that, sitting at home pulling his hair out if he's got any. I don't know if he's got any or not, but yeah, I think he's going to be pulling it out by now, I reckon. So there we go. And Devon Collicott's dropping down the order, but he's dropping down because he's on the high line and he's tapped the wall. Sorry, Kenton, go.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, and I mean, and it's hard to get a momentum going as you're driving when every few laps there's a caution. It makes it so much harder to continue and kind of get into a rhythm and start moving, and that's kind of what's going to make it makes it even harder, because then now you're cooling down, you're kind of all right, let's go, and then you have to get going again, and then you back down, and it gets frustrating as a driver because you can't keep everything moving forward. You have to keep stopping and slowing up and changing this, and it just takes a lot of the excitement out of it as a driver, even, because nothing seems to want to really work for you at that point.
Is that where you sit back, right? When I'm driving and the brief moments when I have driven in a NASCAR race, and then we just get caution after caution after caution after caution after caution after caution. And you sit back, and we're going to get another one now as well, because Yogi Tashella has been off track and Calvin Ross has had a crash. How did you end up there?
We made it more than one.
We did. How did you end up there? Oh, he's loose.
Yeah, you can see he's got a little out of sorts.
Ross has got a wiggle on.
Does he make contact, or is he able to avoid it? Nope. Makes contact. There it is. Looks like Nick actually was able to kind of hold it.
Yeah.
But Calvin Ross was not able to hold it. And I don't know what happened to Yogi there.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out how Yogi ended up where he ended up here. I'm going to go back again, guys. I really don't. I want to see how he ended up here. Oh, this is all on his own.
Just got a little under the line there. And yeah, once you hit that spot, once you go off like the off track sort of thing and get below the line, trying to recover it is sketchy at best, because you hit those marbles, lose your grip real fast, and then you start kind of spinning out, and you just don't get any traction back again.
Yeah, definitely not. And once more, we are under yellows. I'm gonna let's see. Why pull Calvin Ross in after he's just caused a yellow flag? Tempting.
Sure.
Sure, why not? Calvin, welcome in.
Hi, I'm back.
You're
the
back.
way I want.
No, it got a little bit squirrely there.
Yeah, I'm on older tires, and
Unfortunately, the way we were racing, I got stuck on the bottom, just got a little bit loose. Thought I could catch it, couldn't. Unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. Some people just can drive better than others, and I just can't drive good today.
Okay, no worries. So I've got one final question for you that I've been requested to ask from YouTube chat. So as you know, we've got to ask it. Why do they call you the fish?
Because it's a bad day to be a beer when I'm around. Yeah, drink like a fish, James.
I figured it might have had something to do with that, but I thought it also might have had something to do with your ability to open up and swallow it within a few seconds. I was optimistic.
That too. Oh, but that's a special ability. I don't talk to too much people about that.
No, you don't want to talk about too much, mate, because people, will start getting used to do it as a party trick, and who knows what's going to happen. All right, mate, we're 44 laps away. Can you make it back up to the front? The way we're leaking cautions here, I'd be very surprised not to see you in the top 5.
Probably. It looks like my fast repair wasn't checked though, so probably not. So it is what it is. It'll be fun to watch.
Okay, mate.
From my couch.
Enjoy yourself. Get your drink and a
have a good
popcorn. You know what we do. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, bud.
Yep. Thanks.
Take care. Well, there we go. Drinks like a fish. So now we know the answer to that question.
There you go.
There we go. Hunter, hope that answered your question. Okay, let's hear some more facts about nature.
I got you. I got you.
Have you actually?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, what we're going to hear this time?
All right, so we'll take a break from... oh, no, we're not going to take a break from animals, actually. The amount, if you were to take every ant on the planet, it outweighs if you were to take every human being on the planet.
Really? Do you know what, though? I can understand that. Partly because where I live in the fields, I don't live in the fields, I live in an estate, but the estate was built on fields. We get ants around my house, they're treacherous little animals. But I could probably understand that, because when you find them in the nest, they're coming out like loads of them.
Yep.
How many ants do they reckon?
100 trillion ants.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of ants.
Yeah. Sharks and stingrays, etc., babies are called pups. Well, there we go.
I did know that.
You did?
I did. Well, not so much the stingrays. I did know the sharks, though. Sharks are actually my favorite animal in general.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I know. Rolling. Yeah, what? Cows are calves, aren't they? Horses are foals.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, and then we got this world of kittens going on, and pups.
Yep.
That kitten thing it really confuses me, I'm not going to lie. But right, the pace car God's sake. Pace car lights are off again, and we're going to be up and running. This time we got Dominic Bettini into the Geico restart zone once more, and here we go, underway. It's gonna be green, green, green. We went a whole 12 laps since the last caution, and now we are up and running once more. Dominic Bettini has got the jump out in front currently at the moment. They're 4 wide, 3 wide. 27 looks like he's just about to get loose and slide down there as well. Alex Witt is involved with Joshua Kuhn and also Derek Runge there in the 84. Then we got the 48 of Rodney Roberts, who we know has been in his fair share here this evening as well. And then Dan Michael, the prize of the evening, all the way down in 19th at the moment. I know we've got time, and I know we've got 30 laps, but that's a shocker, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a little weird. I don't think he's having his best of a day, but to be honest, it doesn't seem like many are today. It seems like it's been a very off day. Maybe off couple days if we count Daytona, but who knows? This season looks like it's going to be a very interesting one, because even Alex Witt's in 8th. So it's not been what we're normally used to.
No, he's trying to go over the top of Chi Kuba at the moment, and he's running. Chi is. Oh no! Oh, that was Joshua Kern. Kern was loose there. He was slipping and sliding. Michael's decided he's going to come down and try and get off. Overtake's done off the side of the track here. Chi Kuba is in the middle of the circuit trying to run that middle line, and Spainhour is up there trying to stay safe as well. Cody Kearns just gone past. Rodney Roberts made the move as well, and unfortunately for Chi, going backwards faster than she's going forwards, and also TJ's dropped back as well. He's just lost to Brandon McLaughlin and Devon Collicott. Further up the field, though, Blake Lewis, Andrew Jamal, and Noel Jackowitz, Dominic Bettini, and Xander Short is now leading the pack away, and is cleared Bettini there as well. So, Davey Noel, as fair play to you, sir, has left the pits. He's a good few laps down currently at the moment, and Calvin Ross is still sat there, and unfortunately did not check his fast repair box, and unfortunately for him, he's sat in the box in the pits watching this at home. A baby mosquito are called wrigglers, apparently.
Ah, yes.
Why?
And a platypus is a puggle. I knew that. I was actually that was gonna be my next statement.
Are you paying attention to the racing, or are you just googling?
I am 100%. I just watched Runge go below the line here. He got a little squirrely coming out, and just about managed to avoid any contact or getting too wild, and did lose a couple spots there. We are. Oh yeah, no, I'm paying attention to everything.
Okay.
I got it all. I don't like this though. This little 3 wide 4 triangle thing that we had going on. I wasn't too much of a fan of that, but they managed to separate and get themselves going forward.
Oh, top quality broadcasting here on the JPB YouTube channel here, guys. Nature program, cooking program, and a little bit of racing in the middle here from the BSC NASCAR Cup Series, live from the Michigan 100, and the Ford GM Chrysler Bankruptcy Bailout, presented by Little Caesars, sponsored by the Killer Brownie Company. So go and check them out at killerbrownie.com. That would be absolutely amazing. I can't, unfortunately. They will be very squashed here by the time I get off, and there is somebody swapping.
Ooh.
Oh, that was Jamalin.
65.
Jamalin.
Yeah.
11 caution in, and we're on lap 73, and that was Andrew Jamalin. Is he already loose, or was he put loose?
It's
He's already in the wall there. Do I need to go do my little Wizzly thing again?
It might be netcode, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no actual contact made there. I think that was just netcode.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Jamalin there.
Is it Jamalin? Did we have this conversation last time?
I think we did last year, and then...
last year or last season? Because I remember being
last season,
I was going to say, it's not been a year. Is it Jamalin, or is it J Mullen? Or J Mullen? No, what was it? What did you just say? Jamalin. I thought it was Jamalin.
Jamalin?
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 Okay.
Jamalin?
I think.
don't know.
Where are you?
We'll ask him.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
no,
pull him in.
No, I'm not pulling him in just to ask him his surname. I'm going to ask, where are you? Katie, can you let us know, is it J Marlin or Jamalin, all in one go? Or is it Jamalin? I think we've been here before. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like yes.
Yeah, I feel like we're seeking deja vu. Side, if you're going in, gentlemen. Didn't like that there. That was 27 of Blake Lewis. But there we go. Right, 11th caution in. Just to let you know as well, I forgot to tell you earlier on. All wrong, says Jessica. Okay. Well, we're crushing it, yeah. We have got 3 green-white checkers here that they can use. J Merlin. J Merlin. J Merlin?
J Merlin.
No, J Merlin. Is it Gemelin?
J Merlin.
No, it's J Mer. M-U-H.
Yeah. J Merlin.
Jamelin.
We're gonna have to go by his first name at this rate. I don't think we're gonna get it. We need the phonetic spoken to us.
Yeah,
I think at this point.
Lin. J Merlin. See, thank you. I don't know. She could be saying yes to something else we were talking about 30 seconds ago, to be fair, because she's 20 second delayed, so it could be interesting what's been said, yes. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, guys. It's like, where are we at? It's up us 2 in the morning, and for me, and almost silly season, I think. You can ask him. No, I'm not asking him. I feel embarrassed. Andrew, how do you say your name? No, I can't do it. I just feel a pleb even saying it to myself. Right. Well, 25 to go. Do we think we're going to get past 12?
I'm going to go out on a limb here. It might be a very thin limb, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes. We're going to hit 14 laps.
14 laps or 14 cautions?
14 laps. We'll hit 14 laps. I'm not... we're going to get 14 laps before our next caution, and that will be the last one.
All right, I reckon we're going to have number 12 in about 5 laps' time. Then we're going to go all the way through to about lap 95, and then we're going to start working our way through the 3 GWCs.
Fair enough.
I could be wrong, and I probably am, but there we go. So once more, 25 to go. 11th caution of the evening, thrown on lap 73. 2 deep already. The lights are out this time around. It looks like Xander Shaw and Dominic Bettini with Blake Lewis, Alex Witt, Christian Strada, Carlson, McLaughlin, Runge. Spainhour's in 9th. Come on, Terry. Keep your nose clean.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's always a chance. Have you seen the amount of cautions we're going through at the moment?
Yes.
I tell you what, you know what I mean? It's just been unbelievable. But come on. Just keep your nose clean, TJ. You've got this. I know if I spoke to him, he'll probably tell me he hasn't got it. He'll be like, no, James, I haven't. I'll be like, TJ, shush. Positive thinking. All right. Here we go. Once more. Up and running. Don't forget, guys, if you have enjoyed the stream, give it a thumbs up. That would be amazing. You know, where else would you find such a nature program on YouTube while watching NASCAR? Into the start zone we go. Sorry, Kenton, we'll pick up on that in a minute. Down the shore is going to lead us away once more with Blake Lewis, Dominic Bettini and Alex Witt behind them here. And once more we are off and running, and once more we are spread out across the track again. And once more I've put it down with 19 to go. That's when our next caution is going to thrown. And Kenton, what was you going to say?
I was just saying, oh yeah, I didn't give my environmental fun fact during that caution.
Do it on the next one. Well. It's going to be in a few laps.
There's a little bump draft. Very cleanly done, though. I'll take that one. That was nice. That was, gave a little bump, kept her going, made sure he lined up properly. Good stuff.
I bet you Christian Strada was sat in that car thinking, oh my God, as TJ's probably sat in the car as well, thinking, oh my God, because the last thing you really need to be doing at this moment in time, what TJ wants to do, right, currently at the moment, he's got, in his chat room, he's got Strada, McLaughlin, Jones, Carlson, and Kuba, right? What I would be looking at doing is getting Spainhour, McLaughlin, and Strada in a line. Team up, the three of you team up together. That's what I would be doing. And if we have another caution, I'm going to pull TJ in and I'm going to pull Christian in and tell him to start getting hooked up here, because I would get TJ, McLaughlin, and Strada all in a line and just run nose to tail away, because nobody else is doing it, right? They've got to be giving themselves an opportunity. If nobody else is running in a line and putting their three noses together, three's faster than one. We've developed that already over the season. I would just let them crack on, wouldn't you?
I mean, it definitely would help. It's not going to hinder them by any means. No. But it just depends on what everyone else seems to want to be doing around them, because I got to say, Runge seems to have a really solid wheel knowledge when it comes to how to bump and without causing any incidents. I've seen him give a couple now, sort of bump drafts, but not caused any even square. That is not how you do a bump draft, though. You don't want to do that, though. Great on runs there of being able to keep it pointed straight. Yeah, as Lewis kind of catches himself bumping up and into the wall there a little bit. I think he got a little loose coming out, as that's going to cause
something. Not
some good things. Right there it is. There, he's still going forward. We're still good.
See, McLaughlin should have dropped in front of Spainhour about now, and Spainhour should have pulled him up. There's Strada. We could have got the three in a line. I am surprised that they're not working together. Now we're three deep, I think. Three deep, three wide, two deep. And now at the moment,
those are numbers. Yep.
That's the one. Will you stop it? Giving me grief up here. Oh man, James says Mr. Spainhour Senior. I think we were talking about the McLaughlin thing earlier on. But I would have got McLaughlin in front of me. I would have got Strada in front of that, and the three of them run that inside line. Or run the top line. It doesn't really matter. They can get through. There's people all over the place. And the way they're working it off, if you just looked for a gap and pushed each other, they would have easily managed to make their way through. Spainhour's now up into 8th. Unfortunately, he's got Blake Lewis and the 48 of Rodney Roberts. And both of them have been involved in their own little ta-ta-tas, should we say, this evening. And is now being sent on by Cody Kern as well. It's just getting so messy in this midfield. Are we going to break lap 19? I said 19, we're going to get a yellow. TJ dropped down. Oh. Good lad. Listened.
I think the biggest issue that we're seeing is guys are outside of runs there. No one's really wanting to do any bump drafting, which obviously is a huge benefit to those as Dan Michael kind of makes his way down underneath the white there for a second, but keeps it clean. But you can, like, because of that, everyone's kind of holding up, and then one person breaks, the person in front of them breaks, or, you know, guys are moving kind of unpredictably. It's, you know, they're not making definitive moves ahead of the car behind them, so it's kind of throwing that car that's behind them. If they, you know, going into a corner, one car comes down super sharp, the other one backs off, which then causes a kind of a cascade effect throughout the rest of the field. And I think that's been a little bit of what's causing some of this to be a little more uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is. McLaughlin and Strada are nearly together. Come on, hook up. Nose to tail, follow each other around, and then you'll start moving forward in a direction that actually makes sense here. Grab hold of TJ as well. Get TJ, come off that out top line, and try and get TJ hooked up onto the bottom here. They need to be doing something. The three of them are in the voice chat. Come on, boys, talk it out. Oh, Vasquez. Oh, no, it's not Vasquez. Who's the 91? No, that's Raider and Collicott. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, Vasquez? No.
No, all right. Got it wrong. Dan Michael's weaving his way through the traffic. He's kind of doing the right thing at the moment. He's picking his moments carefully. I think with the one that we saw with him on that inside line, I think he was avoiding the number 56 who had dropped down on top of him. And that was Rob Sizemore. And I think, oh no, TJ. I think Sizemore was coming down, and for extra protection, should we say, Dan Michael went and popped it down even further.
Oh.
Lap 16, I was close. That's Roberts. There was somebody else involved in that. I didn't see the other party, mind you.
Cody Kern.
Roberts and Kern on lap 85. Okay, 15 to go. Green, white checkers to play with. And we're 12 cautions deep. Well, there we go. Fun fact, quick, nature. Go for it.
Oh, right. A single glass bottle recycled, like recycling one glass bottle, saves enough energy to power a normal light bulb for 4 hours.
Nice. Do you know what? I've just found a really random one.
Oh.
Americans throw away 25 trillion styrofoam cups every year.
Yeah.
That's
I've heard of that one.
That's a lot. 25 trillion, apparently. There we go. That's a lot of cups. That's a lot
of cups.
That's a lot of cups. 25 trillion is a lot. Cody Kern, Dan Michael are choosing not to come in. Everyone else has got in. Noel Jackowitz is choosing not to come in. Joshua Kern is choosing not to come in as well. Dominic Bettini is in. Josh Kuhn's going round. Jamalin is... Where are you? You're still running around. Go on, son. Get some of them laps back. as he is only 1 lap down here currently at the moment. Spainhour's in and out. He's racing in the pit lane. Is TJ making some changes. He needs to clear the 32. Not going to clear Hunter Carlson. But him and Hunter Carlson are in voice chat as well. So get him in. Come on. Get in a line. Sort it out. I know. Don't put teary eyes at me, Terry Senior. I know. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. It should have been just a straight hour race. That's it. But what we've been going now? Well over an hour.
Almost 2.
Almost 2 hours. Wow.
Yeah. But we've learned something today.
We've learned lots today.
Yes, we have.
About puppies and everything.
Puppies, kids, kittens, kids.
Puggles.
Puggles, yeah.
Wrigglers. That really does not sound. Hi, this is my baby. It's called a wriggler.
I mean, I don't know many mosquitoes that are talking, but yeah, that's fair.
Hey. You don't live in my nightmares. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. All right, I guess you've got me there. I got nothing on that one.
And what's worse, I was watching David Attenborough on TV before I went to bed, and I ended up with a talking mosquito. God only knows, but there we go. Not sure. Can't answer that question. Right, lights are out on the pace car again. We've got 13 to go. We are going to walk through these GWCs. I can just see it now. I really can. And I'm trying to not be derogatory to anybody, but yeah. What do you reckon?
I don't think we're going to use a single one.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
We're going to avoid every GWC.
All right. And while you're there, I'm going to win the lottery tomorrow. Actually, what is the day today? Tuesday. No, lottery's. Is it lottery? I don't know. I don't even
can't
do
help
it.
you. I don't know when the UK lottery is.
No, I have no idea. They were doing it. They were doing it often. I'm sure there was Monday, Wednesday, Monday. Oh, I don't. To be honest, I don't really care. I don't do it. And you know. Well, let's see how we go. You don't reckon one GWC?
Nope.
All right. Can't see that happening, but there we go. Lights are out. Once more, we go off. The sun's out. Sun's clearly optimistic. So here we go once more at Michigan. 13 laps. Can we make it? How many GWCs are we going to use, guys? Let us know in YouTube chat if you think we're going to use 1, 2, or 3, or 0. And you're going to join Kenton with the most optimistic thought ever, as Alex Witt's trying to make through there, through Cody Kern with Niall Jacklitz, Dan Michael as well. Noel's checked up, and that unfortunately jeopardised it there as well. There's contact with Dan, contact with Josh Kuhn. Is he going to stay on? Somebody else is.
Oh.
Up. 9. That was the 18. Brian McClelland. Was he put against the wall? He's already going at that point. That's where Josh Kuhn went off, right? We saw that. McClellan got loose as well and into Radel.
Mm-hmm. And then that's going to cause that crash there.
And here comes Bettini. Bettini's on the brakes about now. Absolutely sitting there saying, please do not touch me. Oh, Bettini, brake a little bit. And this one. That.
Yeah.
And there. And Chi goes off. Who
she
is
gets
that?
collected
15?
In there. The 15 car?
Sharp.
Yeah, Cody
like,
Sharp.
Puff of smoke. Tells you what's going on, right? Dominic Bettini was literally riding his brakes, trying to stop that. Like, he managed to make it through, but why can't I hurl him through like an absolute banshee? I've got to be honest. Like, this is just... maybe I'm overcritical, but that made no sense to me. Caution's out. He's spinning. Smoke everywhere. We're not Kimi Räikkönen at Spa here, you know what I mean? We ain't just going to full floor it. And yet, Cody Sharp comes in. Please talk to TJ and tell him to team up. All right. All right, hold on. I'm going to pull him in now as well. Welcome in, Mr. TJ. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I've got a word of advice from your dad. He's asked me to pull you in and pass it on. Please, can you hook up with Christian and Brandon and Hunter and see if you can make at least one line to be passing people?
Well, luckily enough, we're all right here together right now.
Well, go back in the room. It says, James says we all got to hook up. The four of you could do great damage here just by running it all in a line, because nobody else is in a line, TJ. They're losing time all across the track.
Oh, yeah. If anybody does get into a line, I mean, you get freight trained on the inside with the outside line just coming past you.
Well, run the outside line then, or do something, TJ, because you can get this quite easily if you four hook up and get this running. All right?
All right, we'll see what we can do.
All right, man. Good job. Well, there you go. Mr. Spainhouse Senior's happy. Take care, TJ.
See ya.
There you go. TJ Senior, sir. All done and dusted. I aged 15 years this race is coming, Ross. You want to be in my position, mate? I've got no air left. I don't know what you're going on about, sir. Yeah, it's been quite dramatic. We're 13 cautions deep. We're 25 cautions deep over 2 races, just to let you know, as well. And over the last, where are we? 164 laps, we have thrown a total of 25 cautions. And when I say it like that, that sounds horrendous, doesn't it? Yeah,
it's not ideal. Obviously, that's not really how we want to be driving this.
No. G-Cube is out of the race, out via wheel damage again. Yeah, we saw that. And I will be... Right. G, look, I will say one thing. You went the right way, right? And I get that, and you did a stellar job. What happened next was this number 15 went torpedoing in, and that happened there, and that happened there. So it wasn't your fault, and it wasn't the guy's fault who initially got spun off there. There was a second amount of contact. So there you go. I'm trying to be nice, G, I really am. See how I feel up here. Right, 13 cautions. Rockshot says only 1 GWC. I still think possibly 2, maybe even 3. But once more, we're going in to the race. Sun has now decided that it's going to be half and half. Into the Geico restart, so we go. And it's down to short. Up and running here. We've lost a lot of cars currently at the moment. We're now down to 21. Surely 21 cars can make it cleanly here. Surely we aren't going to get another caution before the end of the race, right?
I hope not. I mean, the downside is this is the time when people are really going to start pushing for a win anyways, which obviously is not ideal.
Sorry, yeah, no, it's not ideal. It really isn't. There's McLaughlin. Where are you, Strada? Strada's on the inside. Carson's there as well. PJ's trying to nestle in. We're 3 wide further up. No's gone there of the 23. Strada and McLaughlin are hooked up. Jackowitz is on there as well. That's the 83 of Josh Kern behind them. All hooking up. 7 to go now. Are we going to make this? Kenton.
If I'm short, I'm really hoping so, because he's had a fantastic race. We haven't really said much about him. He's just been out front and kind of doing his own thing, and it's worked out for him. I don't think he's had any issues that I remember him being a part of. Although Witt's come back, he's battled his way back up to the front. So this could get a little interesting. We know how Witt likes to is a pretty strong finisher when it comes to these races. So I think this will be a very fun duel between these two if it ends up staying green for the rest here.
Yeah, well, let's hope we do. See how we get on. We're on 6 to go. Witt's closing up now. This is the moment. This is where these guys need to be hooking up together. Start making that move forward. Start pushing it on now if you can. Start getting the places. Start playing your little chess. We need to be hooked up together. Sizemore needs to be with TJ. TJ tuck in or drop off or go and follow somebody else because he's holding you currently in the moment with Bettini running around the outside. I'm not quite sure where Xander Short went then or what the intention was of that one. As Alex Witt's trying to run around underneath the underside of him with 5 to go, Kenton.
Yeah, and you can see, so like we had mentioned a couple of times, that high line is a little stronger going through the corners because you're able to hold on to so much more speed. But if you get taken in on the inside there, going into a corner, that's obviously not the most ideal. If you're short, you want to either tuck up right behind him now, or you could try a switchback, I guess, as well. That might work in your favor, as he's able to hold that one and get himself back up front. But it's gonna be a to the end kind of duel between these two here.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Short's up to be honest. It keeps going up and then back down and then up, and then I'm not sure that is the ideal optimal line. Oh,
I think his tires are cooked because there's Witt gets sent around now.
Man. Bro, if you are sat in that car and you could not see that coming, even I could see this coming. And I've got to be honest, when we're looking at the makeshift of this, right? He was all over the track. I'm going to go back a few. I'm going to start wiggling again, guys. I'm sorry. But look, watch the exit line coming out. He's all over now. He's running him up into that wall. Trying to wriggle. He's trying to wriggle. He's out of line now, right? You can see the cars are already sliding. Now, from my point of view, I would be lifting off here. I wouldn't be looking at trying to... That's just a ridiculous gap of trying to go for. Like, either use your peripherals, use your free, or what? Because that is not ideal. And then not to even lift. And then do that. I am just in utter astounding... Somebody at 4.4k cannot recognise, A, your car is loose, B, you've just taken somebody out, C, you nearly took out somebody else because you punted your nose in front. I get you want to win, but is it really worth that much, Kenton?
Yeah, it seemed kind of like an unnecessary move. He tried to almost throw a block on, I think that was... Runge there.
Runge, yeah.
In the 84 car that he kind of tried to block him, but unfortunately with blocking him, he didn't so much block as just like straight up stopped him with his car there. So a little unfortunate for if you're Runge at that point, but and then Witt, I mean, I don't know what Witt's gonna have some questions about that, and Daniel Michael, I mean, he just kind of popped out of nowhere there. He was in 19th last I remember we talked about him, so he's having a good end to this as well. So we'll see how that ends up going on, and hopefully that works in his favor a little bit.
What penalty has he got, Calvin? They've given him a penalty. What penalty did he got? Can you tell me on that one, please? Yeah, there needs to be one.
Minimum, that's going to be a end of line for sure.
Yeah. Right. Well, end of line for wrecking leader. Yeah. To be fair. Really is a good job I'm not a steward. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Can you imagine me as a steward?
Oh, I can. there'd be many a penalty thrown around. You'd be the Oprah of stewards. You get a penalty and you get a penalty. Everybody gets penalties.
I think I prefer Donald Trump. It is that geezer. What's that program? The Apprentice. You're fired.
Ah, yes.
You're fired.
You're fired.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I run 2 leagues with the GT4s and the Clios, and we don't do penalties. We advise the drivers to go and respectfully talk to each other. But what I think if I was running an oval and this was happening, I would be definitely looking at penalties in here for some very questionable driving. And I have a list of everyone who was involved in the cautions. If anybody wants it, I've been writing frantically. I'm running out of room on my piece of paper. I'm not going to lie.
Shame. Make sure you have extra ink put into your printer at that point.
Yeah, well, I'll have to turn it over and use the other side. But yeah, well, here we go. Daniel Michael, Derek Runge, Christian Strada, Rodney Roberts, Brandon McLaughlin, Noel Jackowitz, Cody Kern, Joshua Kuhn, Blake Lewis, Rob Sizemore, Bettini, and TJ is down here teaming up. He's got Hunter Carlson in the 32 right beside him. They're checking up before they've even gone anywhere. Jay Merlin is in this as well, but we are going to be back up in front. The pace car is going to be in. We know how strong Dan Michael is under. We're going to have a GWC. We literally cannot get anything else. 3 laps to go. Here we go. We're going to go green, then we're going to go white, and then we're going to go checkered. And let's see how many we go through before the end of this race. Are we going to go 1? Are we going to go 2? Are we going to see another caution thrown here before the end? 2 to go. 2 to go.
We get to the white flag, there won't be one. So let's hope. Let's hope.
Yes. Let's hope. I bet
Looks like Daniel Michaels might have run, I don't know if it was on purpose, but he might have ran a pretty solid race and gotten himself up here. And so you can see, like, having that higher line, he's holding them off a little bit. I think he went a little too high. Wasn't quite able as we...
Oh, shit.
That's not what you want to see.
Final lap is going ending. Is this going to be Michael's win? Strada's coming as well.
Yeah, Strada kind of popped himself out of nowhere as well. He's trying to fight for P3 right now with, I believe that's Roberts, as we also have McLaughlin coming up on the outside of him, and that's going to pass him now too.
Oh, there's a big one at the back, I think. I think there's some people involved in the back.
Looks like a couple. Ooh,
yeah.
I saw Strada's name sliding down, or Spainhour, I think I saw his name slide down a little bit.
Oh, it's going to come down to the line. Michael's blocked off Roberts. He's pulled the block over Roberts. That was a good block. And he got it.
That was a very good block, and he does get it. Yeah, that was a nice block. He came down, and that's how you block.
Yes.
You don't come in, and it's the last possible second you go down and when they're beforehand. But that was a great block out of Dan Michael. I mean, that's a win very out of nowhere, considering, like we had said, he was in what P19 at one point.
Yep.
And ends up with P1. So fantastic drive out of him, and very clean, kept it together, and now he gets to do himself some fun spinny things.
Some fun spinny things. I do love the complicated term on that as well. Brandon McLaughlin took Derek Runge 4th, and Strada took 5th. Unfortunately, it looked like Spainhour was caught up towards the back end of an incident earlier on as well. As Dan Michael there in front of the grandstand, in front of the 25 fans. He's got rid of the kittens. They've already had puppies, and the puppies have gone, and he's now got kittens. So there we go. There we go, Dan Michael. I want to see if I can catch what happened to TJ here. That was with the 38, the 56 in front. Beating each other here.
A little door banging, but nothing too bad there. I think that just caused him to slow down.
Gets caught up with Joshua Kuhn here. He must do. Kuhn's out of shape. Vasquez in again.
That's where it is. That's short, wasn't it? The 38 car?
No, 38 Kuhn, isn't it? Joshua Kuhn.
Is it?
Yeah, 38. And that's where it all was. And that's how Spain only ended up down in 17th there. And Witt only ended up 16th. Partly because of that run.
Xander Short is the 38, I thought. Because Kuhn, isn't he?
Kuhn's 83, yes, Xander Short's 38, sorry. So
yeah,
again.
Okay.
With Xander Short. Right. Dan Michael is your winner. Rodney Roberts, Brandon McLaughlin, Derek Runge is your top four with Christian Strider, Noel Jackowitz, Rob Sizemore, Blake Lewis, Xander Short, Dominic Bettini, Andrew Jamalin, Nick Vasquez, Cody Kern, Ryan McLennan, Hunter Carlson, Alex Witt, TJ Spainhour, Devon Collicott there as well, rounding out your 18. Then you've got Anthony Radel, Seth Pegg, Joshua Kern, Daniel Jones, Chikuba, Davey Nail, Cody Sharp, Calvin Ross, Yogi Shella, Keith Fallon, Greg Sherman, Sawyer Gara, Andrew Onquist, Zach Lewis, and Keenan Kimber, all out of the race there as well. So all in all, it's been a very interesting evening. We have got some people in for a chat, and we can have a chat with your winner here this evening. Dan Michael, welcome into the booth. Dan, how are you?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, especially after right now.
Hey, you survived.
I did.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. I ran out of fuel. I blew the engine. Everything's done. But yeah, I don't know. I got involved in that wreck with right after the stage.
Yeah.
Because there was just nowhere for me to go. I slowed down. Everyone was going everywhere, and unfortunately, I just got whacked. I had 3.5 minutes of repairs, and I didn't want to use my faster brake because I figured, these guys in the front have been chopping each other's noses off and trying to wreck each other the whole time. So I just waited. I slowly got my repairs done, and when I got to the front, I tried to stay there. I had about 10 lap older tires, but I was able to do it.
Yeah, mate, I'm not going to lie. That was back on lap 40, right? That was seven. We were 7 cautions deep at that point. You had another 7 to get your repairs done there, mate. You know what I mean? So well done to you. Absolutely stellar job. It was literally a battle of survival, wasn't it?
It definitely was. A lot of people were having some trouble with... spotters must not have been calling correctly because of how wide this track is, but a lot of times people were going 3 wide and there was just no warning. You'd have someone go straight up towards you, nearly hitting you on exits, or someone sending it on your inside on entry. It was really pretty tough. I'm glad I was able to get through it though, and I'm glad I'm locked in. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
You're all good. Well done, Dan. Stellar job. Well done on taking the win at what was a rather eventful evening there as well. But as always, mate, anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Well, I definitely want to shout out the admins. This was a rough race, and honestly, it hurts. It hurts because we do have these issues at the start of every season, unfortunately. But Armin does a really good job in cleaning it up. He does a very good job in officiating and keeping everyone together. And I think that after this race, we're going to have a pretty easy time getting them to work with him, and hopefully we can clean it up.
Yeah, absolutely there as well. So well done to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the Hot Chicken 125 in Nashville.
I'll be there, but one more thing I gotta is for all the fathers out there. Father's Day passed. We didn't race then, and just want to thank everyone and all those watching, all you guys, just everyone sticking with us for 2 hours.
Yeah, it was definitely a long one, mate. But cheers for that, and much love, and I'll see you next week.
Yep.
Take care. All right, next in the booth is Mr. Rodney Roberts. Good evening, Rodney. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How are y'all?
Well, I'm frustratedly happy. Does that help?
How was that?
Well, it was a little bit scrappy, wasn't it?
Yeah, just a tad bit.
You got yourself was caught up in a couple down on lap 27. With Sawyer Gara and Andrew Onquist. It was all a little bit of not ideal. But look, going forward, you finished second overall, up 15 for the day. That's not a bad race.
Yes, sir.
going forward, have you got a favourite race of the season? Is there a calendar? Is there a date that you're looking forward to?
I know I'm really looking forward to next week at Nashville and Talladega, my hometown track. I know those two I'm really looking forward for.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much, Rodney, for joining us. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to my team, Nick, Xander, Derek, and Dominic. Great guys to drive with and a good team we got. It's just hopefully we can compete week in and week out with them.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much, Rodney, for joining me. And take care. Look forward to speaking to you next week.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Will do. Right, there we go. That is Rodney there as well. Last one in the booth for this evening, Mr. Brandon McLaughlin. Brandon, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, gravy.
A little tired.
Do you know what? I'm not actually. I think I just said to Rodney, I'm more frustrated.
Yes, I can agree with that.
You know, I think that's the thing. I think we've had more cautions in the last two races than we have in the last half of the whole of last season. You know what I mean?
Yep. Totally agree. I was saying that in chat to some of the new guys. It's like, hey, stick around. It's not always like this. I promise.
Well, the problem is the old. I want to say the old guard, but you know who I mean. Like the regulars haven't really been caught up in anything that's been there causing. You know, it's Witt was caught up in one as well, and Radal's been caught up in it with Bettini, and you know, Almquist got caught up with Roberts. It's not me sitting here going, oh blimey, Brandon McLaughlin's just gone and hit the geezer in front and took him out like.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I'm hoping it's just new drivers need to learn how the old guys, the returners, know how they drive, and then just go from there. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Brandon. I know what you mean, bud. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go, though, mate?
Christian Strader and TJ Terry Spainhauer. I always like talking to those guys in chat. Other than that, I don't really have any shout outs.
Okay, I've got a question though before you go. Right, and it comes from TJ Senior. Why weren't you guys hooking up? Because there was nobody running one line. Nobody running together. We thought we might have seen you, Strada, Carlson, Spainhour, and TJ all running in a line.
Yeah, it's a little harder on Michigan. In order to pass, you have to try to go on the inside. And some people are fast on the inside, some people aren't. So it was just, I think TJ was saying he's faster on the outside. And as you can see, me and Strader were trying to work together, but he kept taking the inside, and then he'd lose too much speed and not be able to suck up to the back of me and push me down the straightaway. So it's just different lines. Everybody lets off at a different spot. This wasn't the track to try to work with anybody, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, maybe in Nashville.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, bud. Well, you take care, Brandon, and look forward to speaking to you next week.
All right, man. Thanks. Have a good one.
And you, bud. Right, and last one in is we're going to bring Armand Brusso back into the booth. Armand, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Frustrated, but go on. I'm all gravy.
Yeah, so I just wanted to start by apologizing for whatever this was today. That's not who I feel like we are, but we are having a drivers meeting on Thursday. I gotta fix the time on this announcement because it says 7:30 in the morning. But I just wanted to apologize to all our reviewers. Like, we're better than this. We will be better than this. This was no fun for anybody. No fun for you guys. No fun for the family that was watching. No fun for the driver.
Yeah, it was quite frustrating. I will say that at the end of the day, we were all in high spirits, and I think that was the thing. I think, we were being entertained with various nature facts along the YouTube chat as well. So at the end of the day, we were in high spirits, but it is just frustrating for us when we're looking at in a whole of 175 races, we've leaked out 26 cautions, which is pretty much more than near enough most of last season, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah, this has been an embarrassing start to our season. There's part of me that wants to say, well, we have way more drivers, but at some point, I can't keep using that excuse.
No.
Well, I could only beg people over the radio to clean things up, and then these same people just keep doing the same things over. And I mean, in fairness to a lot of people in this race, it seemed like every caution it was a different person doing something stupid. It didn't really seem like it was the same person doing something stupid. So there's a lot that I have to go look at. It just seemed like there was like 5 people who kept getting wrecked because of these things. So it's really frustrating for the drivers that you do nothing wrong and you get destroyed for something that should have been avoided.
I think that's where me and Kenton both decided that Davey Knoll, car number 750, needs at least 5 bonus points, because for the first 5 cautions, I think it was, he got caught up in an incident that has nothing to do with him at all. And I don't even know how he managed to get to where he got to be honest, but he literally was caught up in 5 cautions straight away at the beginning, and none of them had anything to do with him.
Who was that again?
Davey Knoll, car 750.
I will take a look at that for you. Yeah.
Yeah, because Kenton.
It's more than that. I want to say it was there was quite a few. Yeah, it seemed just really unfortunate that he seemed to have really bad timing and just got caught out by, this car spin or that car suddenly getting into a wall and bouncing down in front of him. And it was borderline comical, but mad props to him because he did finish the race, a few laps down, but he did finish the race.
Yeah, definitely did. Well, and thank you so much for joining us there, bud. I look forward to seeing the announcements about it all after the driver meeting. Is there anyone you want to shout out before we let you go, I guess?
I just want to shout out to all the drivers. I know this was tough. Hopefully people will stick with us and we'll clean this up. Obviously, I want to thank our sponsor, the Killer Brownie Company. Not exactly a great race to put your name on, but I thank them for everything they've done for us. And I want to thank you guys for sticking around through this. We actually almost hit our 2-hour time limit. We came dangerously close to this race ending under a time limit. So thank you guys for sticking with us. I know it's really late for you, James. And I want to thank you because I believe you are our sponsor for next week. So thank you for sponsoring, and hopefully we can clean things up just for you.
Yeah, I hope so, because me hot chicken 125 ain't going to go down well, is it? You know what I mean?
I mean, I can promise that it'll be hot, whether it's a good hot or a bad hot. I can't promise.
Well, as long as we get a little bit of spice in there, and that's all I'm worried about.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a few cautions, because that just means that there's racing going on, but there's such thing as too much racing.
Yeah, there definitely is, and fully agree with you there, sir, as well. Well, and thank you so much for joining us, bud, and look forward to having a chat with you next week.
Thank you. Have a good night.
And you. Well, there we go, Kenton. Another evening of racing locked up and done here for the BSC. Driver meeting on Thursday. I believe they're going to talk and tidy things up, hopefully. We can only but
hopefully.
I mean, 26 cautions in 175 laps. That's borderline ridiculous. It's
a little close to being way too many.
Yeah, I agree as well. But there you go, guys. Thanks so much for joining us, to all the Spain hours, to all the Joe Merlins, and everybody else that's jumped in. Much love, as always. Thank you so much for joining us here for our educational cooking broadcast of NASCAR on the JPB YouTube channel. As Terry Spainhour says, eventful and educational. So there we go. It was a little bit of everything. But for now, guys, from myself here up in the booth and Kenton Sportak, as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on a track sometime. Good night.